I feel like the tech corner needs to be spruced up just a little bit because it's looking a little dingy back here. Hey, what is up guys? It is Annalise and I am here today in the tech corner, which means this is a tech video for you guys. So I am here today with a tech video that I was never expecting to make, and this is something that was very out of the blue, and I was very surprised and shocked, and it was, there were tears, and it was very emotional. I feel like I'm gonna make these videos like a non-boxing or a non-unboxing. What would be an easier way to say that? A already unboxed thing, but I'm showing you the box. There's gotta be an easier way to put this. But guys, this is a unboxing video for the GoPro Hero 4 Silver Edition. What? I'm gonna start crying all over again. Is this the second video? That's a tech video that I've also said I'm gonna cry in. So, yes, I got the GoPro Hero 4 Silver Edition as a early birthday gift from my mom and my cousin slash godfather, Tim. First off, I wanna say a huge thank you to both of you guys. I was just in shock. My mom knows this. She was super cool, and let me grab it. Oh god. Did a scavenger hunt for me this morning and had all these little clues, and then the last thing brought me to this, and it was in here and I wasn't even expecting it, and it's so freaking cool. So I was not expecting this at all, but I've always wanted a GoPro, and as a early 21st birthday gift, that's what I got. And my birthday is in like 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks now, but I'm going to be taking a couple trips before then, and I'll be taking a trip on my birthday, and so my mom figured, well, it would be good to give it to you now so that way you can use it and learn how to use it and then use it on your trip and take some cool video. So that's what I've got. I ripped this thing open as fast as I could. As you can tell, the normal setup is this little clear thingy on the top and the GoPro's in it. So yeah, I ripped this thing open really fast, and I just wanted to kind of show you guys the contents of the box because I ended up looking up an unboxing video and I found that it really helped me with like getting this thing out of the box. First off was a little bit difficult, and then I also went and got some accessories for this GoPro that I wanted to show you guys as well, and I didn't open those up yet, so I will actually unbox those. But after that long-winded intro, without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started with showing you this thing. So it comes like this, goes in here, and then the GoPro sits on top of this thing, and it's all beautiful, and then the little clear thingy is on top, and this thing is I thought this was just gonna be trash. This is this little plastic thing that comes off the top. Ugh. This part is trash, but do you see how it's not, like, it's nothing? This thing is actually something that says GoPro on it, and I'm not gonna slide it back on because it freaking took a lot of energy to get off, but it is a slide-on mechanism. So what you have to do is there's two little pinchy things. You can kind of see that. Two little pinchy things. They look like the purple alien emoji, but two little pinchy things that you pinch, and then you push it, and it slides it off. So inside the box, there was this thing, and the things that you get with this GoPro, which is, like I said, the GoPro 4 Silver Edition, are you get some stickers, you get your charging cable, which charges with like I think it's a micro SD. No, what am I talking about? Micro USB? Or I don't know what this is actually called, to be completely honest. It just says USB cable. Micro HDMI port? I feel like that's wrong. Okay, so this is the cable that you get to charge it with. You also get another adapter thingy. So pretty much how this works is your GoPro has this little turny thing, and I know, love the technical terms, right? So you turn this little turny thing out, and it's a screw, and then the whole body, this is like a frame, there's actually a GoPro in here. This is like gonna be your general attachment, so this is another one if you wanted to attach it to maybe like a chest mount or your car or whatever it may be, and so it just gives you different types of mounts, and it can be like kind of bendable. This one you can even hold in your hand a little bit. So you get that, you get those adapters, you get these guys. I don't know what this is for, but these guys are, oh my god. These guys are little slidey mounts, so it's the same concept that is on this hard plastic thing, but this is just for display. I watched one video and the guy said he kept this, which is actually a smart idea because he just drills holes into the plate here. So if you have a more like permanent use for it and you are like, hey, I always want to put my GoPro at this spot on my wall, this could be something handy to keep. But then you get these two little slidey plates. One is like rectangular, one is like ovicular. That's where the little thingy slides on. You also get two different manuals. One is safety information and the other one is just like the manual and quick start guide. And then you get two of these back plates. One is clear and has nothing, I mean, they're all clear technically, but this one has nothing, no screen in the middle, so it's meant to hold it within this like chassis thing, if you will, but you can still utilize the touch screen. This one here is clear and it has a touch screen screeny thing, and it has a little plastic thing on it. And then the one that's on the GoPro that comes inside the box is the hard plastic one, and this is your waterproof one. So to open this little doohickey up, you like pull backwards and it's like a super tight airlock fit, and then you pop that open like this, and then boom. This is the actual camera. So this here is just like this is just a housing unit for waterproofing. So if you go, you know, surfing with it, or you take it in the pool, which I am so freaking, oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Taking it in the pool and on water slides. Oh my, okay. So this is your little housing unit, but without it, this is what it looks like. So this is what the camera itself looks like. You've got your power button right here, of course your lens, you've got a little digital screen that gives you information like what frame mode it's recording in. You've got the record button on top. On the side over here, if you can kind of see that, can't because it's all black. This little guy comes off. The only annoying part about it is there's no little rubber thing that holds it together. But this is where your micro SD card goes, as well as a HDMI, a micro HDMI, and I know it's not micro USB, but a micro USB thing of some sort for your charging or connecting it to your computer. Now, what's nice about the silver edition is it does have this beautiful touchscreen. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. If it would. So see, it just says Hero 4, and then it tells you, okay, it says there's no SD card in there, and it says if it's on video mode, that it's 1080p, 60 frames per second recording right now, and then at the bottom it says how many minutes and how much your battery is. And then what I really like about this touchscreen is that it makes you do this motion of sliding this red button down and then going to the lock button before you can actually use the screen, so that way you're not like butt dialing anything, which I think is really smart. But yeah, that's what we're looking at here. It is just a nice, tiny, little compact camera that is just so stinking cute and precious, and it just fits in the palm of my hand. And this is something that would be super cool for like vlogging, because it is a wide angle lens, or for literally just anything, because it's just such a perfect size. Oh yeah, and then the last thing is this down here presses up and it slides out, and that's where your battery is. There's this little pull tab that helps you get it out of the battery pack. And something that I learned from iJustine's video is I guess all the previous generations weren't like that. So if you had a battery, it was on like the actual back. Another thing I also learned from iJustine's video, thank you very much, is that there's this little like attachment adapter thingy. If you can see that, I think it's trying to white balance with my face. Okay, you can see the glare of it here. It's not super clear, I can tell. So this little guy right here is if you have the Hero 4 Black Edition, it does not have an LCD screen. So it is the adapter for the adapter port for the LCD screen. You can get a little extra LCD screen and add it onto the back, and that's where it plugs into, oops. I guess that's the sound it makes when it turns off. But this little thing here, this little shiny thing, that is meant if you get an external LCD screen for the GoPro, because the GoPro Black Edition does not have a touchscreen LCD on the back at all. It doesn't have an LCD on the back, but it doesn't have a touchscreen on the back at all. So if you wanted to add one, I assume that's also where you can put the external battery pack as well. That's something else that you can get. So I would assume that's another useful port for that. Okay, I'm gonna back up now. Some cool things about this guy is that it shoots in 1080p at a top of 60 frames per second, shoots in 4K at a top of 15 frames per second, 2.7K, which I didn't know was a thing until now, at, what was it? 30 frames per second, 1440p at a top of 48 frames per second, and 960p at a top of 100 frames per second, which I didn't know 960p or 2.7K were a thing, and the cameras that I currently own shoot in 720, 1080, and that's it. And then my iPad Pro shoots in 4K, but I think that's 30 frames per second. So I don't have any other cameras that shoot at different frame rates besides 60 and 30 and only 720 and 1080. So I'm interested to see what 920 looks like, 1080, like I'm playing around with it because I think this is really cool. Now, from what I've seen online, the difference between the black edition and the silver edition are going to be, first off, that touchscreen that I mentioned, second off, the fact that you can do 4K at higher frames per second on the black edition, but you can't do that on here. The highest it goes is 15, like I said. So that's something for me personally I don't think I'll utilize as much. It's something that I think would be cool to have for my own wants and needs. I like having the LCD display over having 4K video. I think this is going to be more useful for me. Now, onto the gizmos and gadgets. So I got 3 different accessories. So after I opened this up and I was like, wow, this is really cool, but like for handheld use or, you know, whatever, this kind of works. I'm not a huge fan of the concept of just like holding it in my hand. I guess that does work, and it's nice wide angle lens, so I think this would work, and this is way more comfortable than holding a like vlogging camera with your entire hand. I feel a little bit more secure like this, but I figured I needed some accessories, right? So I hopped over to Best Buy and I went there, and shout out to Best Buy. All your employees were very not helpful, so thanks for that. I was looking for a battery for another camera that I have. I was like looking on my phone in like obvious distress, and a Best Buy employee walks up to me and goes, "Hey, is there anything I can help you out with?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a battery. I just don't know what battery it is for one of my cameras." And he just said, "Good luck with that," and walked away. So, yeah, that was real helpful. Super helpful. Thank you, Mr. Best Buy man. So, the 3 things that I went and got. First off, I've got like, these things are so awkward shaped. I got the GoPro suction cup. They've got a whole GoPro section at Best Buy, so if you are looking for items, you found the right place, and you don't want to be just online because you want to actually see some of this stuff. Oh wow, this is intense. This is intense. Okay, so what's in the box is the suction cup, it seems, which has like this press feature to actually move the suction cup down, and then a little locking mechanism, and then the slidey on thing that we have previously mentioned to actually adhere it. I don't know what the technical word is for it. Let's see. Quick release buckles. That's what they're called. That makes sense. So we've got our adhesive. The next thing we have, oh, okay. So we've got like an arm thing here. Just for the purpose of showing all these tiny little things, I'm gonna turn on autofocus. I immediately apologize if anything is out of focus, because I've found that my autofocus is not the best on this camera. Okay, that's kind of working. Let me see. This is called trial and error, people. We make it work. Okay, I'm gonna use my iPad as like a background, maybe? Color contrasting thing? Nope. Yep, maybe. Nope, not a fan. Not a fan. Okay, we're just gonna go with this. First little thing that we've got, focus, for the love of God. What this is there's this little thingy at the end that's got a hole in it, and it's got an arm, and then it's got the quick release mount up at the top. Something I discovered is that on our suction cup here, where we've got this little quick release mount up here, there's a thumb screw, is what they keep calling it online and in reviews as I've seen, where this quick release mount comes off, and this other arm would be in the event that you needed a longer thing. Maybe you're putting this on the side of your car or in your car on like the dashboard or something. That might be a better setup for you. And then you just screw it on here. Ooh, this is cool. So there's a little bag for the set, and it's even labeled suction cup in case if you got so much GoPro stuff you can't even keep it separated. We got a little bag, which I really appreciate, because there's so many bits and pieces in here. One thing I see here, this is what they're talking about online. Okay, these adhere-y things, if you can see that, see how there's like, it kind of looks like a fork there. So I apologize also for looking in the viewfinder. I'm just trying to see that I'm showing you correctly. So this is one thing I really hate people doing, but I'm doing it anyway. So these little forky things, what it's meant for is that, oh, here's my GoPro. So the housing mechanism for the GoPro has these 2 prongs that go inside of the little forky thing. So the nice thing about this is, oh look, I can extend my thing. But almost all the extenders, like, then the next one twists down. So let's say you have like 4 extenders, it's gonna like twist it like 90 degrees or 180 degrees every time you add a new extender, because it goes like every other one is sideways or vertical, sideways or vertical. Like this one here, you can see it's going front to back, and then this one is going side to side right here, if that makes sense. There's one of those, but I also see a like twisty thing, a tiny one, which I would assume is just for the fact of making sure it goes the right direction. This to me seems like it's an extra piece that you put on one of these guys to make it go the direction that you wanted it to. So this one's going forward and back. This one also goes forward and back. This one goes side to side. So you use this little piece to, let's say if you want it to go side to side, you add the appropriate forward and back one to here, which then forces your last one to go side to side, which is the way I want it to be. I hope that really makes sense. I am so sorry. Okay, so that's the suction cup. Next thing I got was the dual battery charger. So what this has in it, I really hope I'm not gonna end up returning any of this because I'm destroying the packaging. Where's a knife? Oh, black stick instead. Not as dangerous, but just as lethal. We've got a black box in here, and we've got this inside the black box. Ooh, good. Cool. Okay, I was curious about that. So we've got some manuals, who cares? Another cable! And what's in here is you get an extra battery, which is very handy, because I've heard the battery life on these is not spectacular, as well as the ability to charge two at one time. And also the fact that it charges using, hopefully you can see that, and you've got this little tabby guy that pulls out, and then there's a slot for your batteries. What I really like about that is the fact that I can plug in the cable into here, and it's still USB on the other side, so if I'm traveling, I can plug this into my Mophie power station. So that's a good, like, mobile charging mechanism. Yay for that. I feel like that's kind of necessary when you have a camera, is to have two batteries. It has come in handy with all of my cameras that I have two batteries for. Like my DSLR, I have two batteries for, which is the camera I'm shooting on now. I have another, like, vlogging camera, the one I was looking for a battery for, that the best guy was so helpful with. How do you open this? But it has died on me before while I was utilizing the vlogging abilities. I need to find another battery for that, but it's like this really weird battery. These packages are hard to open, but I understand because the fact that this crap is expensive and people would steal it really fast. And then the last thing that I got was the handler, is what it's called. That smells interesting. So what comes in the box is first going to be your thumb screw wrench, which is what is almost on every single like mechanism, is this, like, they call it a thumb screw, but it's this weird like square screw with these thumb grooves. And this here is a adapter to help you screw it in nice and tight, especially if you're doing something like this handler. Using this gets you a little wristband like your Wii remote, so that's awesome. And it is a handle for your GoPro, but it's also able to float. So if you're swimming or whatnot and you don't want to actually hold your GoPro like in your hand, but you want something a little bit bigger to hold and just kind of like use, this is a lot more comfortable. First off, this is a soft, like, cushiony material. I like the orange, as you guys know, but it floats. So if you are out at sea or whatever it may be, or in water, and it gets off your hand because you weren't using the handy strap, it will float, so it won't go away. But this little thumb screw thing also doubles as a bottle opener, because, you know, when you're using your GoPro, that obviously means you want to party. So yeah. So the thing with the GoPro is it does have to be in the housing unit if you want to use any of these adapters, because they all go with that little fork thing, from what I saw at Best Buy and the research that I've done online since forever that I've wanted this thing. You do need the housing unit to use it. So you can see this a little bit better. Do you see a little fork thing? See how it just kind of slides within, and then you get your little thumb screw in on the side and you just screw it in, and that is how it goes with most of these GoPro accessories. And what's nice about it is you can angle it too. So if you're gonna be doing a little bit of vlogging or whatnot, angle it to your leisure and ka-chow. Woohoo! Do I get dirt on the lens? I did. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in here, and you can still record with this housing unit on, obviously, or else that'd be extremely difficult. By clicking on your top button is going to be record, your bottom button is going to be your power, and then your side you have a settings button over here. And that's how you change things like your video quality and whatever it may be. I've heard the audio is not fabulous with this entire casing on, so I'm interested to see how this works. I have not figured Oh, so I guess it makes 3 large or loud beeping sounds and 3 red blinks when it's turning on or off. So I guess that's a good indicator so you know what you're doing. But yeah, that's my not unboxing of the GoPro Hero 4 Silver Edition. I am very excited to play around with this and I can't wait to see what I can create with this thing. Expect to see some cool videos in the future. It's just like, it's insane that in this little camera there's just so much power. Like how is that even possible? There's just so much energy and usage ability. It's a strong camera and a small body and it's intense. Because the camera I'm recording on right now is like this big and it's great, but it's not good for like pocket things. So I am very excited to test that out and play around with it. So expect to see things in the future. Otherwise, guys, I don't think there's anything else that I am well equipped to say on the GoPro because I don't know a lot about it. I never thought I would actually have one, or at least this soon. I was like, oh yeah, maybe years down the road I'll get a GoPro. So I'm still in shock the fact that I have one of these cool things, as they're just so freaking awesome. So once again, thank you Mom and Tim for this awesome birthday present. I'm just so excited. I'm gonna go play around with all this crap that oh, that's the trash. There's the crap. Here's the other crap. I'm just gonna go do some playing around and see what I can find out about this thing, and as I learn more I will update you guys. If you have any questions for me about the GoPro and I can answer them in any way, I will. So leave any questions or comments, of course, in the comments section down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. I make videos every single week. Sometimes I miss some due to technical difficulties, but I mean, it happens to the best of us. Feel free to follow me on all my social media. The links are in the description down below as always. Otherwise, that is it for me. Stay beautiful, have a marvelous day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!